Hello, hello. Really? Really? That's that's how we're gonna that's how we're gonna do this? Serious. That's what okay, I come out here. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." You know, weekly stream schedule kind of starting to settle in. Super excited to be playing this game, and then I come in and I'm like, "Yeah, hi everybody, how?" And then you do this. You do this. Oh, love you though. But okay, you say that. But okay, let's take a look at your actions. You're over here just bullying me, spreading this slander, this frankly falsehoods, lies. Hello, LP. Hello. Hold on. I had carrots. They're wreaking havoc. Ahem. No. It is slander. Well, actually, hold on. Before I go around being like, oh no, it is slander. Let's because I still have this tab open. We're gonna Google slander. What does it say? Ahem. That's funny. Okay. Slander. Noun. Law. The action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation. Compare with libel. Okay, fair. So if it's true, it's not slander, which makes sense. Um, yes. Anyway, with that interruption out of the way, uh, oof, my entire brain just absolutely crashed. All right, cool. Now I'm back. Um, nope, not back. I have absolutely no idea what I was talking about. Okay, now I can see the chat again. It goes nerd alert. Oh, because I googled the word. I'm not surprised. It's starting. Yeah, of course she is. Oh, I see. Hydrate. Screenshot mother trucker. LP, how dare you use this just frankly this assaultive language. I'm hurt. I'm shocked and appalled. Lol, Lamau. Careful on this side of Twitch, y'all. He threatens to eat people. For any potential people here for you to be a Wikipedia article, you. This is okay. Let's get something straight. Y'all tuned in at you know what? No, I'm sorry. I got a little heated for a second. Welcome to my channel. Let's start back over. Let's start back over. It hasn't been 6 minutes. It's been 0. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and those of you whose daily purpose, for some odd reason, seems to be never letting me forget anything, no matter how much it does or does not matter. Uh, Welcome in. Today we are playing Slay the Princess. This is a game that I was so excited for when I heard it was being made, and we've played I think like a little around 2.5 hours of it now, and it is simply one of the best things that I have ever had the privilege of being able to witness. It's awesome. I cannot see chat right now. I am assuming Usagi, LP, or Rage are currently in there slandering my good name, dragging me to the dirt. This is a very chill, very calm place where, for the most part, I spend a lot of time either reading text on a screen in whatever game we're playing, or absolutely fawning over cool writing things, or in the rare moments where something dumb happens, complaining about that. I cannot find the thing. I cannot find it. Um, this is how it happened. We're just like, Shandel is live. LP and I were like, let's remind him of how he. Oh my gosh, doesn't change the fact that he's trying to eat me. Yes, since I apparently have to address this as well. Um, Also, sometimes, depending on the level of sleep which I have gotten, we have certain chaos levels that I will reach. Um, this is just a facet of my personality. The more tired I am, the more the more odd things I will say. One of the odd things that I said in the past was I made a joke because I think LP was being annoying or something. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I have fully put it out of my mind. Um, fully put it out of my mind. But yeah, I was like, I'm going to eat you. Oh, it's because I had just read Name of the Wind. In the Name of the Wind, he like did that, and I thought it was really funny. I made the joke because I thought it was funny. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to eat you because you're being weird or annoying or whatever." And I thought that'd be the end of it. It has now been a year and a half, and for some odd reason, I have never been allowed to live it down. I guess is the term. I yeah, live it down. I think is the Locker Rocks was the lower end of the chaos. Locker Talks, I definitely did not say talks the first time. Locker Talks is a different thing, and that is tied directly to the fear. Um, I, I not I was gonna say I used to play a lot more horror games. I did not used to play more horror games. I kind of almost exclusively play horror games. Not exclusive though. That is not an intentional thing. It just ends up being that I end up playing a lot of indie horror games or things in that like general vein of thing. Because they're just all so cool, and it's what ends up just like in my just what ends up on my thing. Ends up on my radar. We play a lot of things here. We get around. We find some stuff. And do a lot of neat things. Um, live in fear of Shandel showing up at my house to be a cannibal. Leatherface is Shandel confirmed. I do not think there's going to be a point where segueing is natural. So I will say again, thank you all for anyone who's new, anyone who's old, anyone who's here. I'm super excited to play this game, and I hope you're all excited to walk through it with me. Um, yes, I know you all love me. You're just also all. I can't even say mildly frustrated. It's fun. I enjoy it. This part, although it is wild to me the things you will remember. Ah! That's so loud. Headphones are fully off until I figure out how to turn that down. Um, Mild delay, folks, as I find out where that's set to and turn it all the way down. I just lost several decibels of my ability to hear. That was not pleasant. I can see you laughing. Um, it has never been that loud before. What the heck? What happened? I have never in my life, in the numerous years of you doing that to me, never has it been that loud. I hated that. I hated every second of that, and I am going to fix it immediately. Wow. Ah, that was physically painful. I like that actually hurt. Incorrect browser source URL. Blah blah blah. Blah. Come on, I just need. Please just let me. Oh, that was physically painful.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
My headphones are fully off, and I could hear that play with such a level of clarity. I am terrified. Why is it so loud? Why is it so loud? You cannot see me logging in, but currently scrambling to figure out what's going on here. I have to open the author. Whatever, it's been a while. But yeah, that was awful. I hated that. I don't know how loud that was for you all. For me, it was truly an unsafe level of loud. I am currently working to fix that. Um, what is it? Okay. Wow. That terrified me. Why was that so loud? Channel get new ears. I may have to. I might have to because the ones I have just been absolutely hammered. What's new? Library Feature 2.0. I don't need to. I would just love it if you could. Wow, it's set to 100. I hope that was a side effect of it being updated to 2.0 or whatever. Anyway, now that that's been cranked all the way down, let me just reiterate, all the way down. We are now going to see how loud it is.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Monodam.
Okay, that went off. The one y'all just tried to ambush me with went off. Still kind of loud, so we'll crank it down just a teeny tiny bit more. But yeah, for any of y'all who want to get into streaming, never let that be above 20%, because that was truly unpleasant. I don't even have words for how much I did not enjoy that.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
That's so loud. How about this?
Just do it! Make your...
Stop it.
Just...
Why is it so loud? The volume's not changing.
Just do it!
Oh.
Your dreams come true!
Okay, cool. How about this one?
Yay!
It's still very loud, and I can't. Which one of you did that? Okay, cool. I think we're at a good setting. Hopefully now I can get on with the actual stream. You know, I didn't want to spend 14 minutes troubleshooting, but here we are. Here we are. Anyway. Just, let's get into the mood. Wow. I'm genuinely terrified of loud noises now. Thank you all for traumatizing me. Let's hop in to a wonderful work of fiction, shall we? Alright, are the levels all good? I think we're all good. I am just now going to reflexively turn my personal volume down a teeny tiny bit. And now, I believe we can get on with the game. Gotta load. Saturday.
On a path
Ooh.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Now, for those of you who remember anything from last week, or don't remember anything from last week, or are completely new, I will not tell you anything, because right now, we know nothing. Exciting, isn't it?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, that's new. Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting Tab on your keyboard, or R1 on your controller. I will not be taking advantage of that, but I appreciate you. So how do we react this time? Blank slate, being told, the end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Forget it. I'm not doing
Are
this.
you serious? No, you have to do it.
Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
What? Turn around again and leave
You're really
again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
There's no fighting this, is there? If I have to go into the cabin, fine.
There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the correct decision for pretty much everyone. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I agree.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on real quick. I'm noticing a slight... Where is it? Noticing a slight issue with my dude over here. We're gonna fix that. Ew. Do. Cool, that should be fixed. Whoa. Yeah, we'll just see how this... Oh. Alright. Back into it. What to do? I want no part of this, but I will take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hello?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Very well.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
Yes, I know.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's, pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not so sure what I believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Shut up. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Oh.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. And if I'm being honest, I am more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I still have a few more questions.
Fine. What do you want to know?
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Ah,
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Ugh, my throat. Apologies for anybody wearing headphones.
Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Besides cutting you out of here.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Oh, really?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Ooh, stooping to threats now, are we?
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just
Ooh.
above the massive, unyielding chain.
Red on white. What a pleasant color
You
combination.
cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
What are you saying?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
What?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Release me!
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
What do you mean?
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical noise. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it. You walk on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What's going on? But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Sure.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Skeptic is great.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Focus. Yes. A little sleepy.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Cozy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
You didn't say anything about the mirror.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting
no,
on
I
the
can't
table,
reach
and
it.
the door to the basement. There's
Ah.
nothing else in here.
Hold on. Had to grab something I left a little too far outside of my reach. Dreamer tip number 75. Chapstick. It is one of your best friends. Okay, let's go.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
We're looking at it.
I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
But the mirror.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I love the pencil-like backgrounds. They're so cool. Hello, Amiibo.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
You have a point. Forward unto darkness, shall we?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
What you said last time.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Look at her face. She
The
looks
heavy
so
collar around
done.
Her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her, obviously.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
This is not how this went before.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
What happened after I died last time?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
Why would she lie?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency?
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse.
A contingency?
Good luck.
This is planned.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
Oh, really?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Who are you?
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
That line hit me so hard I'm fully out of character.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
So much information has just been dropped.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
More silence is appreciated.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest.
Oh.
This isn't helping.
Is the log? Okay.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
If only I was daydreaming. That other chain on the wall. Who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Now. That's an idea. What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
Incredibly.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do?
So far, the only person speaking in this room who hasn't betrayed me is her.
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Skeptic has a point.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I feel like I'm the only one who knows nothing about what's happening here. So many options. You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Can you even?
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
We'll inspect
I
the shackle.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
I'm kind of with skeptic on this
What if
one.
he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Of course.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
I just touched it.
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Of course.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough,
Wait, what?
the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
That's just cheap.
Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
That's an interesting achievement name.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Sit, I suppose.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
Probably.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Ah. Skeptic, you are wise beyond your minutes of existence. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was going to happen? Actually, no. Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Eh. Did you know this was going to happen to me? Interesting.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Well, the only thing I know, I don't know how to use.
There isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
You keep saying that, but what does it mean?
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
What? Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Not a very fun person to be sealed
Continue
for
to wait in
eternity with.
silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And
Narrator?
I think he's gone.
Narrator.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
That was up there for the sadder endings. But you do not get a chance to respond. Nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approaching the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. What does that mean? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees, stars, and there are people, I think. At least, There are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
I'm ready.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Excited.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Till next time, then. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Very well. But I want to see her first.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Hush.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You make a point.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Oh no. Let me out.
Threats and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Turn to the bottom of the
You
stairs.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates, falling around her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Even though I knew this was going to happen, it's still so
As she
uncomfortable.
rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
That's the plan.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Threats now.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade
Oh
against
gosh,
the
I hate the little detail of
self-inflicted
her
wound
mouth.
on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this
It's
place.
such a good detail, and it is so well drawn, and it is so uncomfortable.
Cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Why we staring at the hand, boys?
She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I'm very bothered.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
What are you saying?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, I can't even hit Slay,
Stop that.
which is odd.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward. The
Oh, I
low,
think I know
ready
why.
to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
So, to kill this version of her just leads to the witch. That's interesting.
The blade. Move the blade.
That's the only time in this entire game playthrough that we have come up against something that we had already done and we could not replicate. I thought it just removed options so we didn't see them. That's crazy. That's really cool. I'll geek out about that later. Hold on, back in.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Of course.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
What?
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Where are we?
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I hate this one. I don't think I've liked any of them, or I don't think I've disliked any of them this strongly at their first words. Maybe opportunist. Anyway, I don't like this one.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The more you talk, the less I'm willing to do things.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
For the first time in the entire game, I think we agree.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Please, I'm begging you. Talk less. Proceed to the cabin, because we can't be like, oh, yes, this happened.
Before you go any further,
If I see a single cushion in that cabin, I'm going to scream.
she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Sure.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think I've made the wrong choice.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I don't.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Is he gone? Is he gone? Okay, I'm coming back out now. Okay. I think he's gone. It looks safe. Proceed. If I see a single cushion in this cabin, I'm going to scream. I'm going on record saying that now.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
If it's been doing this the entire time, I have not noticed, and I feel bad. But the soundtrack is noticeably different for this one, as opposed to every other room we've been in. Which is so incredibly cool. I would really hate to have missed that, if that's a thing that's been doing. It also just sounds really nice. I love the violin.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not touching the blade. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
No. See, we talked about this. You speak as little as possible.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Why would you lie about that?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
A feather? Anyway, I'm not touching that. If I see a single
The
cushion...
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
This is
The
homey.
basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Can I...
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I hate this loop because of him.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
I love that Hero agrees with me.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Please, cork him.
You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
A single one of them has been able to hear that, and it was the Spectre. Ironically.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud.
Not
already.
ironically. It actually makes perfect sense.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
No, see, we have to talk about your knife work.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Everyone knows where the heart is. You stabbed me everywhere but where the heart was.
And she called us a hero.
No, don't you start falling in love too.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Probably.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yes.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Yes, fair. That's basically how it happened.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
My aching chest cavity begs to differ.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Ah.
We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Given the news that we have potentially, according to a not 100% reliable source, killed a world of people ranging anywhere between 7 to 13 billion, your first response is, oh, but we can riz up another woman.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Luckily, you are not the one calling the shots.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Yeah. Oh, I can just click the rescue button. Oh, there's no kill. There's no kill switch. Interesting. Anyway, I have to ask. Did you end the world after you killed me back there?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
I hate him.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. Wow, that answers for a very specific genus of person. Honestly, I couldn't
Princess's
answer
eyes
that.
quiver as she waits for your response.
Don't you dare start crying.
I didn't end the world? I didn't end the world.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear.
Yeah.
Or she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Yeah, you carved open my chest cavity. One stab would have done it.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No!
Did we?
No.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
I want him to speak as little as possible.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I did bring a knife.
I'm okay with
Do I have to
whatever
cut
you
you out
say.
again?
You can cut my arm off again.
Okay, that officially brings this from uncomfortable to what the heck?
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Really?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her.
Ah.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, hero, you're not.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted.
It's
So go
not.
ahead and slay her.
We're just gonna
No.
rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
What?
What? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that may
Oh,
harm
dear.
our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
I? Huh. Okay.
You wouldn't. I would.
He's more dangerous than I thought he
I'd listen
was.
to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Are we now?
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please don't immediately try to kill me.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Ah.
Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
So this is very cool because it means that the voices are the ones, they're either the ones who have control over our power of perception or they just can exercise it.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
Yeah, it's very cool that he just very clearly exercised the power that we have.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Please let what you want not be to taste my heart on a platter.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
No.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
I want you to stay here.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
She can't just want to make us happy.
Help!
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Help! She changed art styles and is now staring directly at me. And okay, the one that I have to click that I just cannot not click is either like this one. It's probably this one. But I just know as soon as I click that, I'm gonna get traumatized. Here we go. Back to classic Shandel, just being scared of everything. You have to want something more than just making me happy.
I'll find something else to want that makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if
Ah!
This isn't right. I
She's
don't
getting
know what's
flatter
going on, but this
each time.
isn't right.
Oh, I get it. It's the criticism of the damsel trope. That's actually very clever.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
That is so incredibly clever, and I love it. I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Every
Is it
single...
just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Terrifying. Yes, please get it away from me. I hated that. The damsel route was not what I expected, in a very good way. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
No. She was our perfect match.
I am so not sad that you are about to be erased.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure. Faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you... me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh? Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright, hold on. I gotta speed run this real quick. If any of you are wondering what I am currently doing, I will explain in a second. But it's incredibly important that this gets done before we click next on whatever is about to happen. I have a sneaking suspicion that that will be longer than 15 minutes. Also, it's a little spooky that the narrator is just the pale shadow of a crow in the mirror. Okay. We just gotta go. I am currently engaging in what is probably not good not good streaming etiquette, but buttons needed to be pushed. The buttons needed to be pushed. I am so incredibly... Hold on, we're gonna hit next because I don't know what he means. Ah, wow. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Yeah, hold on. We're going to finish this. Namisan wa kono machi ni tsundemasu. Come on. Ana-san. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna take the hit anyway. What's going on here? Ah! And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Hold on, I'm too warm. I gotta get my jacket off. I don't remember which temperature fear makes you feel or aggravates. Hold on. Oh, it's getting so quiet. Ah, there we go. Cool. Now that's done. Now full attention has been redevoted. That is my bad. I apologize. Now we get to see all of the jump scares. Oh, that truthfully makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I hate this. This, don't like this at all. Don't like it at all. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Ugh. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Oh, it's so loud and jarring. What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Oh, hold on. Why would you want me to destroy the concept of transformation?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Huh. So many questions. The people out there beyond the walls, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
There are so many things. I'm gonna scroll all the way to the bottom. Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
3 questions left. If I destroy her, how is that existence better than death? Or even different from death, honestly? It feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
How did you die?
I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. all of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you have a say in any of this? Why is this all on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if it all led here?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What is happening?
Your love life drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh, is this her perspective?
Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth, then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. Live with me. There's no need for you to fight what we are. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
I guess address it directly. I mean, that would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both. But compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I mean, she's just incredibly direct there. Like that she's just right. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. Shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set you free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
What does that even mean? But without redemption, there can be no sin. That's not true. I mean, I think just remain silent.
But you say nothing. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Directly. We didn't have to hurt each other.
Did we hurt each other? For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
And now we reach one of those things. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Let's go! I thought you died whenever I looked in the
I
mirror.
don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
Oh dear. I'm not even fully sure I understand what's going on here.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Ready.
Then let's go.
Oh shoot.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
That's saying something.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
The offer still stands. Could you describe the cabin to me? For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here.
whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Don't actually know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Time to make peace.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the
And
stairs.
down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I'm sorry for all of the times that I've hurt you.
The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize. We both went a little overboard. But there's no reason we can't put it all behind us.
I feel like she's drawn a little flatter here. I can't tell.
When she puts it like that...
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, Hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
You've earned it, buddy. What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
It's so good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. but I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
So many good options. Explore. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
You're going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence, filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet she still is. Then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
That's such a good... Oh, they did it so well. And the achievement for that ending was, and what happens next. That's so awesome. This is so good. I love this so much. And this is why I love what I do. This is why I love that I get to do this. This is so good. It is so very good. Oh my gosh. I can't... It's so good. Because even when you have no idea what is happening, it works. Oh my. Because like with the whole like becoming the gods thing, and you're just kind of like crashing against each other, like, oh, do we just return to this cycle of destruction? Finish our song. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. There's a good ending? Wait, for a special playlist. Wait, what? Hold on. I have no idea what's going on, but Okay. It's just so, oh my gosh, it's just so awesome. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. As in just for me? Oh! This is the order of the songs that I got to see. That's such a good, oh my. This is also this is clever. This is also cool. We are going to go ahead and return to the main menu. That was, hold on, I have to change the thing. That was so good. I have to hit the quit button now. That was so incredible. That was so incredibly awesome, and I did not know the game was going to end today. I thought we had significantly more time. Or maybe not significantly. I just thought we had more time. That was crazy. I'm so all over the place right now. Oh, and each of it was so good. Every run, every like little mini arc was really, really cool. And like I only one time ever doubled back into like a thing where it had to remove an option because I'd already used it. And like it only happened once. And that was already when I was going to do that arc or that run differently. It was so cool. That was so cool. Cause like that means every time that we did something that was the same as the previous, it wasn't actually the same. Until that last run when we were doing the damsel. That's so crazy. That's so cool. And it was also very funny. Because with the damsel, every time you asked her a question, she would like become more and more simplified. Which that's such a funny, that is such a funny joke that, oh, I loved that so much. I am so upset because now I have to move forward having finished this game before I thought I was going to. And that is not frustrating, but it's sad. It is incredibly sad when a good thing ends before you wanted it to end. But that's also kind of what you want. A friend of mine put it this way a little while back, and I actually very much agree with him. We were talking about movies, and he mentioned how like you want the movie to end with you wanting more in like a good way, and that was kind of perfectly that. And that was like one of, I don't know how many endings this game has. This game at least has, I think it has more than 3. I know it has more than 3 endings. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I loved that. And now I have to figure out what we're doing next. Wow. I have to now pretend that I did not just get to do one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do and just talk about normal moving forward stuff. That's boring. Yeah. So, next week, Friday, I will likely I will not be streaming next Friday. I will be traveling, so I will not be able to stream. Yeah, that's happening. Hold on, I just dropped something. I may be able to sneak in a quick stream this upcoming Monday. That is a big maybe. It's a huge maybe. It is a maybe forget that I said it type of maybe, but it's a possibility that I'm looking into. I don't know what we're going to do next. There's a handful of things, a handful of options. I was gone for so long, but I ended up having to, not even having to. I've been gone for so long, so there's a lot of things I have to reorganize. I can see that my mouth is broken, which is unfortunate. But yeah. Thank you all for coming along with me on this ride. I only get to justify spending all of this time doing things that I think are cool because y'all show up. So like, thank you for enabling me to play video games and read cool things that people make, because I like cool things quite a lot. It is not one of my primary personality traits, but it is one of those. Whoop, what just happened? It is something that I like a lot. That was an accident. I did not mean to push that button. Yeah, there's a lot of very, very interesting things that I had been planning to do next. I had this whole super exciting idea where I was like, oh yeah, like, no, that is like so far in the future. We need to talk about that. But yeah, if I cannot decide on a what's the word? I cannot decide on a like main feature game. I may see if we can find some potato chips, you know, just something that can be turned on. There's actually, I have a plan, or I have an idea for that, which I think will be very cool, which I'm not going to talk about right now, just in case. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm scrolling through my list of things. And first off, it is shorter than when I made it, which is very cool. Oh, actually, I should update this. I'll update it right now while I'm just kind of chatting. Where is the complete? I forget. Do I just go down? Yeah, cool. Is the last game that I finished Simulacra 3? That's not true. The last game I finished was at least Corpse Party. Did I not update? Wow, this is so out of date. Yeah. There is so many things that I have to go back through and fix, but we will do that later. I don't think you all want to watch me as I do all of the housekeeping that I need to do. Wait, where? I just read something. What? Huh? Trembles. Where? Oh, there it is. Cool. Wait, no, we very much did finish. That's whatever. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Yeah, a lot of cool things that we'll potentially be able to run through in the near future. I have no idea what to do next. But yeah, this was super cool, super exciting, and I'm so awesome and so thankful that y'all enable me to justify spending the time on this. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. It's 12:30. That's 2 hours. 2.5 hours almost. Oh, shoot. I think this just has to be where we wrap up for the day. I had a lot of fun. I had a super duper a lot of fun. Yeah, and I hope you guys did as well. Definitely, if you are even slightly curious about playing this game for yourself, definitely go ahead and play it for yourself. There is so much that we did not see. so many things that will be different for you than it was for me, and that is cool. This game set out with a very specific goal in mind, and I think that this company, actually, hold on, let me find out what the name of the people who made this are to give them their proper shout out. But yeah, I think that they managed to hit exactly the. Oh, she's. Yeah. I think they managed to hit exactly the thing that they wanted to do, and that's such an awesome thing. Like I cannot really describe the feeling of kind of like going out for something that is ambitious and then hitting it. And then just hitting that note just on such a great note. Okay, cool. The company's called Black Tabby Games. I am going to shout them out on Twitter as soon as the stream is over. Apparently, they also did an orchestra or a live orchestra play of the music from this game, which is, say it again, awesome. Yeah, this game is great. I think it's like $20. It's so very worth, so much very worth the time. So much very worth the time that it is. Oh my gosh, it's worth every penny, every second. I'm gonna stop gushing because if I continue gushing, then none of us get to leave, and unfortunately, at least I do need to sleep at some point in the not distant future. So, thank you all for showing up. I hope you all had fun, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all next time. All right. Night. Bye.